What's going on, everyone? It's time for another film review. I was on Shutter. Now I'm in Canada, so my Shutter might be a little different than the American one, but they just put on Prom Night 4 Deliver Us from Evil, so I'm like, I have to check that out. I heard it was terrible, and that means I definitely have to check it out. So I know I've talked about Prom Night, the original, but and I definitely do not feel like wasting time sitting through the remake again anytime soon. So I'm like, well, let's just watch four. I haven't seen two or three, but let's watch four. So I did. Prom Night 4, Delivers from Evil, was released February 14th, 1992. It was directed by Clay Boris, who's also done films like Quite Cool, The Pawn, All Star Shoes, and The Gunfighters. Yeah, this was a 90s spiritual slasher, I guess you could call it. Um, there wasn't really any mystery to it, so yeah, it's more borderline thriller style. But yeah, so Prom Night 4 has nothing to do with the characters from Prom Night. This is the same realm as Prom Night 3 apparently, but with like a different set of teenagers being hunted down. But the first half of the film is more of a priest who another priest thinks this guy's possessed by the devil, and yeah, so he's trying to like coax him out and prove his point, and then someone ends up letting out the possessed priest, and he goes on a killing spree, which ends up being on this one high school's prom night, and he ends up targeting a lot of them as victims. So, yeah. So, but then a group of friends have a feeling that this is something weird's going on, and they try to look in, and sure enough, they encounter the possessed priest and the other priest trying to hunt him down, and then they have to figure out how to stop him. This has your typical slasher tropes in it. Kill wise, there's not very many on screen kills. The best ones are in the beginning. But yeah, there is some good, amusing scenes. It's in the when the priest is talking to the possessed priest. Um, yeah, he it actually is a little creepy. It has more of like a Exorcist 3 feel to it, where when the father was talking to the demon in the Exorcist 3 near the end, and that it has a sort of same feel like that, more like shot on video feel, but still, yeah. But that opening drags on for so long trying to make it in. They don't just like cut it down to make it like, okay, this is this guy, this is why he's killing, let's go. No, they really want to hammer home he was possessed and stuff. So they spend a lot of time beating a dead horse doing that. And then once the rest of the killings started, they're amusing, to say the least. But most of them are not on screen, sadly. This is the 90s, so they're getting a little more touchy with what to show and stuff. And I think they're trying to appeal more to a broader audience with this one, so they didn't go as extreme. Now, too bad it wasn't another psycho from the school killing people, and they try to do something different, which I like. And they do sort of like a Hills Have Eyes style kill with like two people, but on a burning crosses and things, and I like that a lot. That was a really cool scene. Um, but like the rest of it was just dull. The characters aren't really likable. Most slasher killers aren't though. And then the killer was okay, but you knew who he was from the start, so it wasn't like any suspicion or anything like that. So any like weird mystery, you just knew, and you wanted to see how they take him down when they take him down. It was mediocre, I guess. So yeah, Prom Night 4 was, I'd say it was okay, but definitely not the greatest thing. And also, I haven't seen any of the other sequels, so I can't say if it's one of the better ones. I hear it's not, so this actually kind of gets me interested into checking out the 2 and 3 and whatever else comes after. But yeah, but it's not as bad as the Prom Night remake. This one was still entertaining. It had a lot, you can see a lot of like influences from other films from the early 90s, late 80s. And yeah, they definitely tried to make it as entertaining as they could, which some points it is, some points it just drags on. I'm in the middle of the road with this one, so I'm gonna give this one a 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, yeah, I thought it was entertaining and amusing and something different than most slashers, but yeah, but then also it's this style has also been done quite a bit, so it wasn't really anything new. So it's kind of middle of the road. So they had some good, interesting, amusing parts and the odd good kill, but then drags on. So yeah. But if this sounds like something you're interested in, you check out the trailer down. That's linked down below. Also linked down below is my Instagram. That's where I just post clips of films going to be in the future. All my stories add the film title hashtag and summary of film and a hashtag so you're aware of it. And also linked down below is my Letterbox at Derek P reviews. That's where I post my first story review after watching the film. So follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay with this channel. Oh, and if you're on Shudder, look for my look for Derek Peterson, no spaces, in the comments. I always post a comment and a skull rating right after watching the films or shows or whatever on there. So you can find me on Shudder there too. So yeah, look up for that. Yeah, so make sure you like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Let me know your thoughts. And let me know what your favorite prom night film is if you have one in the film franchise. Or if I should check out the rest of the sequels and give my opinions on those. Or if you have any other films or film franchises in any genre, comment those down below too. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can and if I can find them. That's if there's any out there that you want to hear my opinions on. So yeah, and make sure you subscribe because hopefully we find something weird, obscure, and something like this together that you probably never thought of checking out. Or so you hear my opinions on popular films and classic films as well, and other things. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell because I'll be going into another weird film reviews very shortly. So hopefully they're a little bit of music like this, maybe a little better, but we'll see how it goes. So till the next one, watch out for all those killer demonic priests out there, and I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.